Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind. It has been a great honor and privilege to serve the seminary as its organizing president. And like any institution, it has not been a one-man show. So many people were part of this vision, part of the organizing effort, the brainstorming, all those kinds of things that went into developing what has become the seminary. So thank you for this opportunity to be part of that. And it really has been a hoot. It's been a delight. It was delightful working with the executive committee when we organized it back in 2022 and 23, and witnessing the wisdom and faithfulness of those first members who weren't even part of the board. They were just helping brainstorm it. And that was Bo Cogbill, Steve Jeffrey, and Timothy Vandenbroek. And then, of course, we added more board members as time went on. But I am especially grateful for the two wonderful staff members that I had the privilege to work with, C.J. Bowen and Lauren Scherer. Wonderful, wonderful people. We met every week online, as it were, as an online seminary, but seeing each other occasionally. But just competent, cheerful, godly, hardworking people. Just such a privilege to work with them. And like all good staff members, they always make the guy at the top look better than he is. And so that's definitely the case in this situation. So thank you, Lauren and CJ. It's also been a delight to see this transition occur and to have the privilege of handing over the keys to the seminary, as it were, to Pastor Virgil Hurt. He's a competent, godly man, a friend, just the right person to lead the seminary in this next phase of growth, development, and maturation. So God bless you, Virgil, as you take on this new role, and may it be as fruitful and pleasant an experience for you as it has been for me. I have way too many people to thank, and I can't possibly begin to do so. Let me just make a small dent, if I can, by thanking the pastors and elders of Trinity Reformed Church and our fellow members here at Trinity for their encouragement and just blessing and support over the years while we've been working on the seminary. It's kind of interesting to me that the way in which the church has come behind it has been such a blessing to where most of the members didn't see the fruit of what they were praying for or laboring for because all of you students were elsewhere. But they were very faithful and so encouraging and supportive, and many of you that are here tonight are to be thanked and commended for your sacrificial love and encouragement. As I mentioned with the introduction of Sergei, this project really began for me in Albania. I was asked by some of the churches there to help them with theological training, and I was trying to figure out how do you help a relational culture that really wants to know the people before they trust you to teach them and so on. How do you get that started as a theological project when it has to be online, where it basically can't be anything other than online? And so it took quite a bit of work to try to come to some conclusion about that. And I finally ended up with a proposal, and I realized, I haven't asked the elders or told the elders at Trinity that I was in the middle of creating a seminary. I probably should tell them. Surprise! And so I made an appointment to talk about it with them. And I think it was Joshua Apple who said, "Roy, this looks really great." I had a full-blown proposal, all ready to go. And he said, "This looks great." He says, "But what are you doing? We don't even have a seminary of our own. There's no CREC seminary. Why are we helping the Albanians when we need that help here?" And he says, "Have you talked to Bo Cogbill?" And I don't know that I had talked to Bo yet. I had talked to others over in Oregon City about the project they were working on, which was called Reformed Bible Institute, which is Bo's sneaky way of making it a baseball metaphor, RBI. But I finally called Bo and sent my proposal for Albania to him, and his response was very quick. I think he called me within minutes after sending the email. He says, "Roy, can we join what you're doing?" And I thought, you have students and staff and a budget and a building, and I have blueprints. There's nothing to join here. And we ended up talking for the next almost year, thinking about what they were trying to do, what I was hoping we could do with Albania. And things sort of rolled into a ongoing discussion that we realized needed additional wisdom and input. And that's when Steve and Timothy joined us. We needed the English to help us. So, in a sense, the seminary is really already a very international endeavor. It's a wonderful mix of a lot of collaboration from people, many different corners and experiences, and it continues to be such. We have students from now all over the world, and it's just a glory to see what the Lord has allowed us to be able to do, to offer to churches in particular, where we're not trying to just simply attract students, but help churches around the world. So as we move into this next phase, I think everyone that has been involved from the pew to the board have been wonderful assets and supporters to a work that only God could do. This is not something we could have ginned up ourselves. It really is something that is a very powerful answer to prayer for many. I want to also thank the instructors and the students who have been brave enough to join this startup seminary adventure. You've been a blessing to us and to your fellow students. And it's wonderful when we have this refresh retreat once a year to get face-to-face time together. Some can't be here, but each year we get a few more or different folks able to join us. So it's a wonderful opportunity to see and fellowship together. My last and most important thank you, of course, is to my beloved wife, Beverly. She has been my joy and support for 53 years through all the crazy adventures that I have drug her through at home and abroad. She's been a great encouragement to me, even when she's been fighting her own fights with cancer. So she's just been an excellent example of a faithful wife supporting the labors and visions of her husband. So thank you, Bev, Oma, my beloved. I must also thank my children, their spouses, and our grandchildren for their regular encouragement, jabs, good humor, keeping me grounded in the ways of the Lord. So thank you, Hannah, Jason, Ethan, Christina, our grandchildren, and now even 2 great-grandchildren. As I turn over the keys of RES to Virgil and others for the years ahead, let me urge you to etch these words of Jesus on your heart, on your doorstep, on our seminary policies, and on the syllabi we have and the pulpits that you may preach from. And as Timothy anticipated, it's seek first the kingdom. It's about the kingdom, stupid. In an age of so much chaos, celebrity pastors, social media, church moguls, when so many pastors have lost their way ecclesiologically, and they forget who they serve and why, it is so important for RES, its board, instructors, staff, and graduates to dedicate yourselves to never letting the personal ambitions and pursuits of fame or cultural influence or whatever it may be to interfere with your vision for serving Christ and his kingdom. So please as you go forward in this new phase of the life of RES, do so with that vision of seeking first his kingdom. God bless you, brothers and sisters, and God bless Reformed Evangelical Seminary. Thank you.